375 AI. So we're going to talk about some sensor categories, sensor category here. 375 AI is, I think, going to be a behemoth in the space. Their founder, Harry Dewhurst, guy is, I mean, if you want to have someone leading your project, he's the guy. So I think he's still in his upper 30s, but he was on Forbes 30 under 30. I believe he sold his first business that he co-founded for like $380 million. And they got into DePIN with helium, and they became deployers, him and his business partner. And they decided we should just do our own thing in DePIN. And that's exactly what they're doing here. So as you're seeing, their flagship hardware has 6 cameras. They have NVIDIA chips at the edge that's processing all the data at the edge. And they're able to basically take that data, make it actionable. The other part that's really important to point out here is they have an exclusive partnership with Outfront Media that has over 50,000 billboards across the country in high traffic areas. So they're setting up all this data collection. They've already scanned, I think it was 50 million vehicles. I saw a milestone, maybe it's 50 million or 500 million vehicles. And they've started deploying these in LA. They're now deploying in, I think Austin. I know they're purposely going after cities with ports to start with. I know that's what Harry said. And this data is incredibly valuable. You look at like even hedge funds, for example, they pay an arm and a leg just for satellite imagery of retail locations to see how many cars in a parking lot. You can see what cars are going past, what types of cars, how many people are in the cars, etc. I know it's a little big brother, but frankly, someone was going to do it, and I do think that they're going to be able to really monetize this data in a big way. Something that I didn't realize until I interviewed Harry. I have an interview with him on my channel as well. 80% of commerce is still done in physical locations. So only 20% is actually done online. So that's a huge blind spot. And that's something that they are looking to fill that blind spot. So they also have other hardware coming out. They have, if you're like someone that's very hands-on, it's going to be called 375 Street. So it's 2 cameras, and you can actually deploy that in your region. So it's not going to go on one of these billboards, and that kind of fills in the gaps on the data for them. And they also have a 375 Go app on your phone that can basically test signal connectivity around the world. And they have the amount of data they collected there is massive. So they just had their token sale on CoinList to the public a couple days ago. But their actual TGE, their token launch, should be happening later this month. So that's one to keep an eye on, the ETH token.
One of the things I like dug into when I was looking at these guys was, or one of the things that I think is cool is the traffic flow optimization stuff, where they're looking at, like if you're looking at how busy particular streets are or whatever, that at certain times, like for city planners or whatever, would be able to potentially, or even just for, mapping apps, things that are helping people get from A to B. I just thought that was super interesting. So yeah, I think it's like, it's all kind of, I suppose it's anonymized in the sense that they wouldn't know necessarily who an individual is, but they could tell you like what's the quickest way to get home, etc. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool, and I think this is definitely a project to watch for sure. I will definitely be scooping up a bag.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm super excited about them launching their token.